Hi, I'm Playeressence from Playeressence.com, and welcome to the Playeressence Vidcast, episode number 26. We are here to bring you another vidcast of awesomeness about multi-platform, PS3, 360, everything. We got it all here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the show. Now, original content that we have here on the website, Playeressence.com. Of course, we've got, is online multiplayer ruining the single portion of games? Because online multiplayer has been coming into games here and there, left and right, and I'm not sure if it's the best thing for gaming, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. After playing some of God of War, definitely the single player might be better without the multiplayer. So, read the article. It's on playeressence.com. It will be in the description below, so I'll link it. Next, we have Player Essence Cross Nintendo Episode 3. We got that up yesterday. For some reason, it's in 4.3. And as I'm recording this, I don't know if this video is also going to be in 4.3. I don't know what's up with YouTube or if it's my software, but the video is in 4.3, but it's still really good. So check out Player Essence Cross Nintendo Episode 3. Talk about Wii U getting Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut with a bunch of new upgrades. Also, a bunch of other stuff in there. Some Smash Bros. Talk as well. So check that out when you get a chance. All right, and I have another video up here on YouTube. Basically, it's called Headliner, our new show, and it's just talking about if the Wii U is going to end up like the GameCube, and I don't think so. So check it out. It's a lot of good, interesting talk, especially in the comment section below. A lot of stuff's been going on there, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, so let's move on to what I've been playing, and if you've been watching the recent vidcasts, I've been playing a ton of Fire Emblem Awakening. I play that game all the time before I go to sleep. Such a good game, so much stuff going on. So that's what I've been playing. But I also been playing Punch Out a little bit. That's pretty cool. 30 cents, can't beat that. And I beat DMC Devil May Cry on my PC, but I don't think I talked about it. But yeah, I beat that. I really don't see why people are complaining. The game is freaking awesome. Has a great battle system. Does a lot of things good. I really, really like it, and I look forward to playing it on the harder difficulties because you have to unlock the difficulties as you go on, and I'm gonna definitely beat it on some of the harder ones. So definitely looking forward to that. And I've played a little bit of Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, but something's wrong with my Xbox 360 controller. I can't move forward completely. I have to push it really hard for it to move forward. So I don't know. I have one of these ones like this. Like this one right here, the ones with the switching D-pad, but for some reason my analog stick's not working, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Gotta get a new one, I guess. Alright, so that's basically what I've been playing. Let's go ahead and move on to Player Essence now. That's the top news from this week. And Resident Evil 6 Cross Left 4 Dead 2 gameplay trailer has been released. This is a PC-only exclusive type deal where you're going to get Left 4 Dead 2 characters in Resident Evil 6 and vice versa. So that's a PC only thing. You can pick it up on Steam. Resident Evil 6 right now. The content will be coming later, probably in April sometime. All right, next news article. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. CD Projekt Red has discussed that they will be supporting the game through 2016. And the DLC support that they're going to be giving to the game will add all new gameplay mechanics. So it's not just going to be like, oh, you get these skins or like a sword or something like that or a new expansion pack. It's going to support new gameplay methods, new ways to fight or to do things, new animations, stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see. The Witcher 3 is a next generation RPG, and I use that term very loosely. Next generation RPG. That's been confirmed for the PS4, probably the Xbox 720 or Xbox Infinity or whatever you feel like calling it. And of course, PC is going to be the main version of the game. So look forward to that early 2014, probably like around in April or so. We're going to get The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. So that's going to be pretty cool. Next, we have the Xbox 720. There's been a leak and pretty much a confirmation that it's going to have an always-on connection. And what that means is I'll go ahead and I'll read the description of that below. Durango, which is the code name, will implement different power states so that it can always be powered on, but will draw minimal electricity when not in use, the document reads. The console will be ready instantly when users want to play and will always maintain a network connection so that console software and games are always current. With this always-on, always-connected design, users will quickly and easily enjoy their connected entertainment experiences with no waiting for the console to restart or install games. This has basically been met with a lot of mixed messaging, and this article is from Edge. I'm not sure if I want my console on all the time, whatever, using electricity. That's, even though it's going to be different power states, it's still on. So for me, and another thing is that, is this like the DRM, or is this also trying to counteract piracy, because the Xbox 360 has a high rate of piracy? I'm not sure. I don't know. I need to learn more information. But what do you guys think about the always on connected thing? Me, I don't mind uploading or downloading updates and waiting a little bit. But that's just me. I'm an old school type of guy, So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. All right, next news. The Last of Us will last around 12 to 16 hours in the single player and more depending on your playing style. So The Last of Us is getting a lot of traction from Sony fans and from gamers all around. It looks really cool, and it looks like Naughty Dog is finally branching out. The one criticism that I have of Naughty Dog, or at least with the Uncharted games, is that they're too basic. There's no upgrades, there's no different play styles. You're just going into cover and just popping up and shooting people and auto jumping all over the place. But with The Last of Us, this really looks like a game, like a real game where they're putting a little bit more depth into the gameplay. You have stealth. You know what I'm saying? You can attack people. There's upgrades. You're scavenging for bullets. It looks like it's more complex, and it adds the type of layers that I would expect, from the action games or from, survivor games like Resident Evil or stuff, games like that. So it seems really cool. I'm really looking forward to Last of Us. It's coming out in June. It got delayed from its May release, probably to polish things up a bit. It's coming out in June, so 12 to 16 hours. Developers always use like the pad how much the game has, but still, even if it's a solid experience, 10-hour experience, that's fine. And I think there's going to be multiplayer in there, so we'll see what they do with the multiplayer as well, and of course DLC and all that stuff. So it looks cool. The game looks great. I'm looking forward to it, and can't wait to be hunting down and scavenging. All right, so that's basically the best news from this week. Playeressence Now is finished. We are going to move on to the main discussion, and we're going to talk about new IPs versus sequels. A lot of talk gets thrown around the internet, some of it hate, some of it not, about, well, Nintendo rehashes IPs. They just use the same IPs, and other companies bring out new stuff. But I really want to talk about, are they new IPs that you play? Are they really new IPs as far as when you play them? Because from what I've seen, I'm not sure if all these games coming out are new. Most of the games that come out are shooters. That's most of the games that come out. And every single time I play a shooter, it plays exactly the same. I don't see anything new from one shooter where you duck into cover to another shooter where you duck into cover. There's some gameplay mechanics that are slightly tweaked and stuff like that. But so are games, that aren't new IPs. Like, for instance, Mario Sunshine compared to Mario Galaxy. There's a bunch of new mechanics and different stuff in that game that make it different enough, It's still a platformer, but there's still stuff that makes it different. So when people say, oh, well, there's just rehashing IPs and they don't do enough new IPs, I don't know. I kind of look at the gameplay more. Of course, new IPs are needed. New IPs are definitely needed in the industry, but at the same time, they need to be new, not Nolan North plays this guy and then Nolan North plays this guy in a different setting, because that's basically what new IPs have come down to. It's just another game, another dude with a gun getting into cover or staring at a wall shooting people, So I want to know exactly what constitutes, other than just the aesthetics. Do you guys think that a new IP also has to introduce a vast array of new gameplay ideas? Because that's what I'm looking at. I've played everything. I've been playing games since the 1990s. Okay, I've been playing games for a long time, and I played all the games that came out in the 80s because we had all that old stuff as well. So I knew the games that came out in the 80s and throughout the 90s. And it doesn't really seem to me like games, especially with the new age of games, that games are actually new. Yes, you have a new lead character. Yes, you have a different surrounding or environment, but you're still doing the same thing. And that's my issue, is like I want to see games actually start evolving, showing new things. And maybe with the release of new hardware, maybe we're going to start seeing that. I know last generation, Xenoblade was one of those games that came out and was just like, man, this is just a breath of fresh air into a genre that kind of does things, a lot of repetition within the genre. The Last of Us, that looks like it's going to be innovating. That to me is like a real new IP, at least from right now. I have to wait till I play the game, but it looks to me like a more of a new IP, now than Uncharted was back when Uncharted came out, or Resistance, or any other first-person shooters that basically are the same thing, but different characters. Same gameplay mechanics, same stuff, same. There's different weapons here and there, but it all seems the same. So I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys' opinions are. Do you guys think the industry is getting stagnant as far as even with their new IPs? Do you think that there's too many shooting games? Do you think that there's not enough? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm sure you guys will. And if you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer them. A lot of people have been asking me if I'm going to go to E3. I'm pretty sure I am going to go to E3, and I'll be dropping little nuggets of news like I have been. If you watch Playeressence Cross Nintendo, I learned a little bit about the next Smash Bros. So I will be dropping information here and there leading up towards E3. All right, and that wraps up the show today. Once again, I'm Furious Francis, and I'm telling you to check out my website, Playeressence.com, where we do originals, news, of course, shows, all sorts of stuff. It's really cool. Plus, we got Twitter. Follow us on Twitter because I tweet away at things. And I got more. Facebook. Like us on Facebook, you get all that stuff straight to your Facebook. It's really awesome. Plus, subscribe to us on YouTube so you can get all of my videos first. Once again, I'm Furious Francis. Happy gaming, guys. Peace out.